of the third brick. That's a 9.5 at the most of that particular shoe. Why do I know that? It's because I purchased 3 pairs of that Nike Air Max Speed Turf shoe. I purchased a 9.5, 10.5, and a 12. Why did I purchase a 12? Because Brian Cole Jr. wears 12. Brian Cole Jr., by his mother's own statement, could not. I showed his mother the 9.5 of that shoe. She goes, Brian ain't squeezing his big fat foot in that shoe. I've held Brian Cole's shoes in my hands. He wears all of his shoes are size 12.
So why did he confess them?
As I mentioned earlier, the demographic known for giving the highest rate of false confessions to law enforcement are autistic individuals. They had him in an interrogation for 2 hours with no attorney present. An autistic, they just scooped him off the street and walking his dog. Or he was walking to the 7-Eleven. Not the dog had just recently passed away. He was walking to the 7-Eleven down in front of his neighborhood. The FBI scooped him up off the street, arrested him, took him in, put him under interrogation. This is a highly OCD kid with, I mean, he's 5 minutes to Wapner. That's who he is. Okay? Very smart, very bright, but very much a creature of habit and routine.
Does he have some political motive? Like, what are they saying moved him to do this?
Well, what they're saying is that it's in his confession that he
doing all right, Pyra?
his cues from the Irish Troubles.
You doing okay?
Sorry, that's the
In
reaction.
You?
Yes. The Irish Troubles was where he
I'm doing
was
like
motivated. And he says,
This
or
is
they
where
say
you
that he
wanted
said
to
in
stop
the
and
confession
pee-pee on the
that
way
he
up.
hated both the left and the right,
Okay.
hated both parties, and that's why he planted the devices at the RNC and the DNC. There's one problem with that, is that there were 2 other potential drop sites, because we know from the video evidence that one of those sites was the Congressional Black Caucus Institute, and the bomber changed their mind. Another site was an actual housing unit that houses Congress members and Congress staff members. Those were the 2 other locations where the bomber stopped and chose not to, and then eventually settled on the DNC and the RNC.
Oh, we lost
As
almost
I said, there's so
everybody.
many details, and they're all running through my mind, but I want to give you something that was never released before. I got permission. This was something that Marmitas, our video examiner, found. Is after thousands of hours of watching these videos of the bomber, walking through Rumsey Court for the first time, because this kid, our guy, he watches, the first time he watches a pixel set, and the next time he watches another pixel set. He's that obsessed with the videos. But that obsession led him to finally see a smartwatch flash on the bomber's wrist. This is after years of watching the same video over and over and over again and never noticed it. All of a sudden, the smartwatch flashes. This is the January 5th hoodie pipe bomber. It flashes again. He tells us about it, so me and now my whole team, we go all of us go all in back to the videos again. And suddenly, what we thought were arm stretches and other motions that the bomber was just making during the stroll, the bomber's talking into their wrist at least 5 times that we can count. There's one problem with that. Is Brian Cole Jr. has never owned a watch, never worn a watch, much less acquired a smartwatch in order to talk into it. We know that for a fact.
Is he pleading guilty in this case?
No. Oh no. In fact, just 3 or 4 weeks ago, there was a preceding indictment where they jacked it up, trying to force them into a plea deal. They jacked it up. They charged him with terrorism and planting weapons of mass destruction. Basically charges that would give him life in prison if he was convicted, thinking that they would scare him, the family, into a plea deal, because that's what
No, they weren't bombs.
even though they were bombs.
And it doesn't seem like he did it.
And he could not physically have been the person that did it. He's the wrong shoe size, he's the wrong body shape.
Can gait recognition tell a man from a woman?
Absolutely. Well, it can tell the gait, and then you can surmise. But most people that have viewed the videos for years have thought that it was a female.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
At it.
right. But you talk about a guy who's like, we've got video of him walking. His gait could not be more antithetical to the bomber's gait. It's highly. He walks almost like a duck walk.
Yeah.
With his butt out, and he walks, which is typical of an autistic person. Placing
heel first.
Yeah, right, or toe first. And with the feet out like this, whereas the bomber walks like this with a pigeon-toed right foot circumduction, planting it in front of the left foot. That's the way the bomber walks. That's the way Charlie Kirkhoff walks.
What is the... Okay, so now you're being sued. So, okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to get ahead. So, Brightwell Jr. there's a superseding indictment threatening him with life in prison, trying to get him. Is he going to plead?
No, as a matter of fact, at that exact hearing, status hearing, the defense attorneys demanded a trial date.
Is he in jail?
He's in jail. He's been held in pretrial detention. He's in the general population. I thought for sure that they would have him in isolation for his own benefit.
I don't think his own benefit plays a role in your calculations.
No, but he actually has a cellmate. He is granted access several hours a day to a tablet, so he is able to communicate with his family through the tablet. He calls all of his family members twice a day in a rigid schedule. To be honest with you,
Beings who are decent people and believe in justice and
Amish.
not hurting the innocent. That there were people in the government who believed, career people including, who believed that this was totally crazy, that you were right, that you were the one being defamed, and Brian Cole has been falsely charged of Homeland Security, and is now dead. This is a story that I heard from a couple of different people who were very upset about it. I don't know. Written about it in public.
no. Are you familiar with what I'm talking about?
If so, tell me what you know about this.
We are deeply involved in the investigation. We have not written about it yet because we don't have final conclusions. But the name
We don't use names.
I won't mention his name. So you may not know this, but I had acute heart failure the Sunday before Christmas. The Friday.
No, I didn't know that.
The Friday, so this was the Sunday before Christmas. On Friday, that night, I was in Rumsey Court on my hands and knees with a tape measure, measuring those bricks, the very bricks that the hoodie bomber stepped on. I'm measuring the bricks. Saturday morning, I'm over at the DNC measuring the sidewalk and the pavement there to compare, so we can establish an exact or as close to an exact shoe size as we could of the hoodie bomber. At lunchtime on Friday, before I did that, I got a call from a member of the intelligence community. Decades. He said, you have to meet now. I said, okay, so that picked a place. I met him there. First thing he did is he took my phone away and threw it in his briefcase, which is a Faraday cage briefcase. And then he slid a card across the table. He said, do you know who that is? I looked at the name of the card and said, yeah, of course. Grabbed the card back. And he said, he was found dead. He didn't feel that good. My last
It's
conversation
reflecting in
with
my
the
eyes.
card
It's one thing I don't miss about this car. That silvery
I
stuff
took
reflects
this
in my
case
eyes all the time.
Odie and I, as we said
You
before.
know how if you do that with the phone, I go, ah,
Did.
you know?
Look into this and determined that they didn't trust the FBI either with this case, especially this case. And so they were going to take it to HSI, Homeland Security Investigations. The relationships that they had is they had a liaison partnership with all of the intelligence. That's what the DIG is. The DIG had reached out to all of the 18 federal intelligence agencies. And got one of the good guys, or two of the good guys from each agency to come in and work with them. not deep staters, vetted in that manner. This is an individual who was vetted to not be a deep stater. 19 years career with HSI, senior agent over there. They called him in. They briefed him on the entire case, introduced me to him. Then in late October, early November, he sat down with a team, again, of individuals that I will not name. I know who they were, and I know who was at the conference table. And he briefed them on how he was going to pursue this case, what technologies he was going to use, the other personnel that he was going to bring into this to pursue this case. And as I said, my last conversation with him was on the 29th of October. One of these people that I know of had their last conversation with him on November 10th, and then his girlfriend found him dead in his condo on the 26th. And this Lyme IC operative had tears raining down his face as he's talking about this and explaining to me what they've heard. Said, of course, the rumor is obviously that he committed suicide, and he said none of us believe it. None of us that knew him and were close to him and friends with him believed that this was a suicide. And
what did the medical examiner say?
Still no report from the medical examiner. We actually
Over 6 or 7 months ago.
yeah we have a member of my team who is a retired 25-year FBI vet and a veteran, and he now private investigator who we retained, and he actually went to the Fairfax County Police Department and spoke to the lead detective on this case. And in that situation, the detective didn't give up anything, information. They've ignored it. Fairfax County Police Department has completely ignored us on that for you.
Are they allowed to do that?
Technically no, but they do it all the time. The law enforcement agencies around D.C., they're famous for that. That's why like Judicial Watch has to sue them, and then you get the body cams, like Tom Fenton just got body cams from January 6th, 5.5 years later, but he had to wait 3 years or 2 years of lawsuits to get certain of these body cams released. And that's just the way they are. They stonewall you until you have to court. And so here's what we also know about this, because we've done a tremendous this HSI agent's death. He said, yeah, so he said, there's a unit below me, He's like, so he took me down there, he showed me another one that was on the market right then. He said, I think it's the same agent. I said, thank you. So we shook hands, and then as he's going back to the parking lot to get another load of boxes, and I went to my car, I pulled the Columbo on him, and I went, oh, by the way, I got one more question for you. I walked over to him again, and I said, I heard when I was here a couple of weeks ago that there was something weird that happened in that unit. Yeah. He said, I was told that the previous owner murdered. I was told he was murdered, and that's an exact quote. I was not expecting to hear that, and he caught me off guard. I mean, I was like, that answer took me off my game. And so I didn't ask the obvious follow-up question, was who told you that? Now, I would imagine it was a neighbor. Obviously, there's a death in there, a suspicious death. They're going to tape off the scene. These condos are very close and tightly around each other. They would have interviewed all of the neighbors, to see if they heard anything, saw anything. All of that would have happened. So I can only imagine and surmise that one of the neighbors probably was told by a young cop doing the, surveillance that this guy was killed or murdered or whatever. We have learned since then that it was a gunshot to the head, and it was his girlfriend that found the body. There's been no publicity. There's never been anything on the police blotter about this.
No brats,
The family
dude.
did not issue an obituary. The only thing that I have in my possession of evidence, solid evidence of his death, two things actually, is that his body was cremated on December 19th, 3 weeks later, before the medical examiner's report, before cause of death is issued. And so there's a cremation report. We found that. And then we also found I was given the internal memo that HSI put out to all of their employees, talking about their colleague who passed away suddenly, and that there would be a memorial, get together at a bar for, celebration of life memorial. And then since then, I have also, through my other sources in the IC, have had questions asked within the Fairfax County Department. They've all been stonewalled. They've all been, stiff-armed away from this discussion. Nobody will talk to them about it. And we don't know. So the reason why we've not gone forward with a story about this is there's just way too many things to, there are elements missing from this to make a conclusion. But the bottom line is the guy within the community with the power and the investigative authority and the tools and the personnel to investigate this case is dead. That's the fact.
What a story. I appreciate your taking all this time to tell it. I think it's important to get it on tape.
We needed to.
Yep.
It's like a dead man switch, if you know what I mean.
I do. Steve Baker, thank you very much, and Godspeed.
Thank you, Doug.
Thanks for joining us tonight. See you next Wednesday.
I'm stuck to you.
It was the year that Gerard died, so that's a little sketchy of his life.
Like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping high.
Got it.
Financial hardship for over 10 victims. Both could face up to 20 years in prison as the administration targets SNAP fraud nationwide. I'm Bill Alexander.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce donating $26 million to charities last week ahead of their Friday wedding in Madison Square Garden. News and analysis at Town Hall.
Unexpected home repairs are never easy. A damp crawl space, basement crack, or foundation issue can get worse over time. Choose 48 months no interest, 18 months no interest, and no payments, or $1,500 off. Schedule your free inspection.
Join me for another World Cup watch party at McHugh's in Savage this Friday, July 10th at 2 p.m. Games, prizes, and drink specials while we watch the biggest tournament on Earth. That's 2 p.m. this Friday at McHugh's in Savage. See you there.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce here. When was the last time you had your testosterone checked? I thought that would be the answer. Game Day now offers a free test, free consulting, and zero judgment. Now here's the reason to stop putting it off. Book an appointment before July 17th. Mention KFN. You get $100 credit with my friends at Game Day Med. Locations in Edina, Minnetonka. Go to gamexhealth.com/meat sauce. Book before July to get $100 credit. Minimum purchase value applies.
Centerville Homes is offering an incredible $25,000 discount on their stunning 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath dynamic homes display model, complete with a gorgeous 4-season room. Save $25,000. Centerville Homes, building dreams, one home at a time.
And it has only aged worse the more and more this has been examined. So here's what probably comes from this decision.
Domino's Pizza.
hits, it won't be. Impressive stuff from Rodriguez so far this year. 1-2, swing and a miss. Elevated a fastball at 92, and Churio came up empty. So strikeout for Rodriguez. There's one away now for Christian Yelich. Nestor Ceja calls her balls and strikes behind home plate today. Charlie Ramos at first base. David Rackley, second base umpire. We already told you that Chris Guccione, he's the crew chief, and he's over at third base. First pitch to Yelich is over the low with a fastball at 81. And it's 1-0. Yelich homered last night, a 2-run blast just beyond the pool in right center. His 6th home run of the season. Rodriguez 1-0 pitch. That missed. Not by a ton, but it missed down and away with a curveball. Good take by Yelich. Gabriel Moreno thought for a second about challenging it, but he wouldn't have wanted if he had. 2 balls with no strikes on Yelich. Here's the pitch, and Christian rolls one foul at the first base line. It's 2-1. Got a sinking fastball. First base line foul. It's 2-1 on Christian. Brewers trying to take advantage of the leadoff single from Bryce Turner here at the top of the first. Here's the 2-1, and a broken bat, little pop-up to short. Perdomo's there to make the catch. There's 2 away. That'll get Andrew Vaughn to the plate. He's hit a cleanup today. Clean up any home damage with Loyal Family. Located in Muskego, serving southeastern Wisconsin and across the state. Don't let the out-of-towners handle it. Call locally owned Loyal Family Renovations for a free inspection today. So here is Vaughn hitting .328 on the year, 2 home runs, 24 driven in. 0 for 4 in this series. It's been great against lefties over the course of the year. A .407 average against left-handed pitching this year for Vaughn. First offering to him is high. With a fastball at 91, it's 1-0. has slowed down against lefties just a little bit over the last couple of weeks. Going back to mid-June. 1-0 pitch is hit in the air right field. Long run for Carroll. He's going to end up making the catch in fair territory by a step. And the inning is over. Brewers got a leadoff single from Terang. They would strand him. And the Brewers unable to push anything across after half an inning. We go to the bottom of it's the Brewers nothing, and the Diamondbacks coming up on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
This is Sarah from the Harbor and Sporting. It's time to fishing, and we stock the freshest bait around. Crawlers, crappie minnows, waxies, walleye minnows, small and large suckers and leeches. Conveniently open 7 a.m. every day, including Sunday. Check out our huge selection of lures, lines, reels, poles, nets, and more. Remember, you'll catch more fish with more bait.
You timed that really good. That Black River station for the Brewers come in just when the game started. They just keep getting better now. We get closer and closer to Black River. And it's good all the way home. That's the one I listen to at home.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Let's work together on an investment strategy for long-term results. While you can't control market volatility, you can control your financial future. Start by giving me a call at 715-284-0883. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Welcome to Bronner's Garage. We're towing experts in Black River Falls, Wisconsin for 80 years. We offer emergency towing, crop accident recovery, and we pay for automotive services, all customer open care. At Bronner's Garage, your safety comes first. Save our number now, 715-284-4879. You never know what it means.
There's a deer in the road. When there's a deer in the road, they just don't get it. They get that deer. You need to take your vehicle to Jensen's Repair and Extend. You'll find nothing back.
What?
The car got a big butt.
That car does? That's a dually. Notice it's got 4 tires in back. That's a 1-ton pickup truck. They're bigger. It's got a bigger frame, everything. It's made. Our truck was a half-ton. That thing will haul twice as much. In theory. Bought a dually years ago. Of course, it was a Ford like that. You know what it was.
Diamondbacks really need to check the helmet sizes. You've seen over and Diamondbacks on swings. Yeah, this 3-game series, I think I've seen any team have in any 3-game series. Big it's before this series. 3-2 pitch. And it's a line drive from left center field. That's going to plug you down. And all the way to the wall. Gets to it first. Stopping at second with a one doubles for doubles.
Yeah, look at the size of that thing, too. Huge truck. Even the fenders in back got to be bigger for those dualies, you know?
Bottom of the zone, middle of the plate. And he got inside that ball and lined into left center field. And now here's Carroll. It's always a dangerous hitter. 266 average, 13 home runs, driven in 44. Stroh working out the stretch now. First out. First out. And thrown up. And then comes here. White and Brooks. Brewers with the Navy tops, great pants, and the yellow pin on the caps. 1 ball and no strikes on Carroll. Stroh brings home the pitch, and he just missed inside. Fastball at 99 from Stroh. No, that was a curveball, excuse me. Looked at I got two monitor dependent. It was behind, and I thought, when I said it, I was like, that looked like a breaking ball.
Mara,
I'm like Ron Burgundy. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss.
this guy was going about 6 miles per hour faster in the passing zone. Now that it's a no passing zone, he slows way down.
These last few games has been impressive.
He's an asshole. From Illinois.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Stroh
They drive like shit.
kicks and delivers.
See, now it's a passing zone. Just look at the speed we're going now. 4 miles per hour more. And then now I can't pass because there's other cars coming. And he'll slow down. He's doing 59 right now. Now that the passing zone's here, look, he's already slowed down to 55. See that? I don't know if they do it consciously or unconsciously. They just don't want to get past, but they don't want to go as fast as I want to go. It's very frustrating.
18th double this season.
We'll get our chance. We'll eat them up soon, you know? There are some areas here where you don't get a chance to pass somebody for a long time, though. Hopefully he's turning right, because I'm turning left up here. We're in Augusta. This is where Carrie freaked out. Remember that? Used to live here and some crazy shit happened when she was vegetable stand.
That would tell you why the Diamondbacks are having success.
2-0 pitch. Check swing on a strike anyway on a secret 99. It's 2-1. Perdomo fouled off the first pitch that he saw. Got into a 3-ball.
I think he's going to turn right. We're going to lose him anyway. We'll get some other slow poke in front of us.
Right. 2-1. Let's go outside. This is the recipe that has gotten us in trouble at times this year, where you all start to get
I think they just had a parade here, Myra, or they're gonna. Hopefully we can just get through town and be done with it. This guy's straight up stopped. Stop! No! There's not a parade right now, but it looks like there was, or there's about more like it's about to be.
Beats your pitch. He's got sidewalk. So 3 consecutive of each Bishop is on his way out. Sportsman it's road. Back a little bit. It'll be first. Good news is you can get a ground ball from
They are celebrating for
4th of July,
yeah.
250th anniversary. I don't know if we're going to be able to get through town here. It's like when I first picked you guys up, there was a parade, remember?
Yeah.
Somewhat similar right now is Stroke, falling behind consistently.
It already was over. Right?
What?
The parade's already over.
Are you sure?
There's candy everywhere. People are leaving.
You're right.
There's candy on the floor.
It may be still going in front of us. What can you see, Mom?
Empty.
Go, dude. Get out of my way. Dude, get out of my way.
So outs are at 3. And the first pitch to Corey.
Boy, the GPS really wants me to turn around, dude. I think we're right behind the parade. I think it's just finishing up here. So everybody's still hanging around on this side of town. There's an old fire engine there.
Stay off it. Corey, 218, 2 home runs, 9 driven in on the year.
If we'd have been here an hour earlier, we would have had to wait for the parade. We'd have just sat and went and watched it, you know?
It's ahead. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's give him just the 1 run, and the disaster is averted.
Look at that thing. Picnic table and go-kart.
1, 2, 3, out. And it's a breath. What he did just picking it.
I didn't want to get on the freeway with this thing on the trailer, you know? The other way through town, you know, the GPS wanted to get on the freeway because of that damn parade, you know? All right, come on, it's 35 here, dude. We can go now. Parade's over. Too hot anymore, huh?
Yeah, I get it cold.
Oh, AC works good in this car.
Save up to 40% when you bundle Human Auto.
My shoulder is freezing now.
The difference, Mom, isn't that I'm cold. I just don't mind the cold. I like it. I like being cold. So does Dude. Not really cold, but a little cold I like. Especially when it's real hot outside.
has extended his hitting streak to 8 games with that base hit back in the first inning. Bowers, a liner to right. This is right in the tracks, though. Carroll back 2 steps and makes the catch. Ball is smoked. But an atom ball. We've seen a lot of those over the course of this series. 111 on the bat from Jake Bowers. And here's Garrett Mitchell. Perhaps nobody's been on it quite like Garrett Mitchell has been on it this week. He averages up to 269, 8 home runs, 42 driven in. First offering to Garrett is a liner into left center field. This is going to be tracked and caught by Tommy Troy. Another ball smoked. 7 off the bat of Garrett Mitchell. Feels like should have Sanchez, the batter now, right-handed with some always a swing away from time. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Defensively for the Diamondbacks, Gurriel in left, Troy in center, Carrollson right. Down on the third baseman. David Stewart is the starter at first base. Haven't seen him all series. And Moreno's pitch to Sanchez, and he got a beat back behind home plate, stays alive at 1-2. 1-0 Diamondbacks. Just getting this one underway. Winner gets the series. Brewers came into last night's game with the best road record in baseball. They now have the second best behind the Dodgers. Right percentages after the loss last night. As Sanchez takes a changeup outside.
Isn't that funny how she does that, dude?
Yeah.
If I put my hand there, she knows what's up, you know?
You are my shield. You are my shield dog.
And she's done that in every car we ever had since we got her. The Mustang, this one, the little Kia,
Big green.
the Green Monster.
Here's the 3-2. Sanchez getting a high fly ball.
You're sleepyhead, Mama.
And tracking it is Gurriel. Lays there to make the catch. And the inning is over. A sky-high pop-up. You should really have sky-high fly balls.
It's really weird that I saw the old red truck. And that thing's rare, you know? There's not many of those out there, so I'm pretty sure in the same area that was it, you know?
American Family Insurance.
Save big money on all of your household essentials.
Sometimes I regret getting rid of that one.
Diamond Crystal Water Softener Soap. It helps your soap detergent work better, minimizes hard water stains, and increases the life of your appliances. Save big money on Solar Naturals Softener Soap at Menards. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn, earn more, enjoy awesome benefits across the board, build a great career, feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at Smart18info.
1 hour, dude. Close to home, sweet home. In Chicago,
We're going to have a separate tallies to this game. How many times the Diamondbacks come to play? So when you get the totals, you say, run on 2 hits, no error, 3 left, and 5 helmets. 1 Calling no rights here on Marte, who grounded out back in the first 0 for 1 today. Pitch missed outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
I think my battery would be 100 after 2 hours.
A decent crowd here today.
Not so.
A big crowd last night. The 4th of July celebration.
That's dangerous for that cop. See him look? See if I'm getting in the other lane and stuff? A lot of cops get hurt or killed that way. That's a terrible place to pull over, you know? Wait till you get here, you know? And then if you make it safe for a cop, he's going to be nicer to you, you know? Say, why'd you go so far? I wanted to get a safe spot to pull over so you weren't out in the traffic, you know? Oh, okay. Something to think about when you get your license, you know? Of course, in the Philippines, you never get pulled over by a cop like that. They don't have vehicles to chase you. They don't take speeds, nothing. The only thing they do is they have big stops where everybody on a motorcycle has to pull over. That's it. They don't give speeding tickets. Reckless driving, because every one of them fuckers drives reckless.
2-2 here on Marte. Sproul brings home the pitch, and he missed down and away with a quick ball. And the count is full. Another 3-ball count. That's 5-0 now. Half of the batters that have come to the plate against Sproul so far in this game have gone full. 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball, fair. Played by Vaughn behind the bag at first, flips to Sprode, covering in time. And Sprode able to work around the leadoff walk and put up a 0 in the bottom of the second. Third we go, a 1-0 Diamondbacks lead on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Are you tired of straining your back every time you head home from that garage door? Then get a hold of the Garage Door Doctors of Sparta for a fair and reasonable price. We do installs as well as maintenance and repair. This is a small family-owned business, and they absolutely love what they do. But they love to see a happy customer even more. So if you're looking to maybe upgrade that old garage door, or you just need to fix the one you have, call the Garage Door Doctors of Sparta at 608-903-0550.
Need a drill to finish the job? Maybe some paint to touch up the door? Or how about a grill or crock pot for the game day feast? Whatever your needs are, Russell's of Neilsville is dedicated to meeting them. From hardware to grocery, from furniture to appliances, our goal is to make Russell's your one-stop shop to better living. Russell's of Neilsville, your better living store. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 8, Saturday and Sunday, 8 to 6. Russell's of Neilsville, your better living store.
Union State Bank's mobile banking makes banking easier, saves you time, money, and helps you take better control of your finances. There's many benefits to mobile banking, including view account balances, transaction history, transfer funds between internal and external accounts, pay bills, make person-to-person payments, manage your debit card, mobile check deposit, get alerts, and much more. Feel safe with Union State Bank's mobile app multi-level security. Go to usbwestsalem.com to find out more. Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC.
About 20 minutes to Black River.
Youth Development Agent from Jackson County. I'm listening to Brewers Baseball on WWIS.
Diamondbacks, we head to the third inning here in Phoenix, Arizona. Stepping in with the play-by-play is Josh Mauer.
Major League David Hamilton, Joey Ortiz, and the third string. 8-9-1 of the Brewers order, coming up against Eduardo Rodriguez. Gave up the leadoff single in the first to Terang and has retired 6 in a row ever since. Lefty here for David Hamilton. Tries to bunt, pops up a bunt foul, and it lands uncaught.
No. Somebody talking to you.
That time was David.
Somebody else thought, wait.
Down about as much as anybody in baseball.
Somebody else thought you were talking to them.
Couldn't keep it fair, so it's 0-1 on Hamilton.
Some long-nosed, sharp-toothed monkey.
Over 3 times, driven in 13. And he runs one at the top of his own with a curveball 0-2. Brewers will have of work cut out for them offensively here this afternoon against this guy. 33-year-old's been one of the best in the National League. 0-2 pitch is down low. Back to the curveball, and that time did not land it. Mentioned this right before first pitch. This is a pitching rematch of a game in April at American Family Field where the Diamondbacks beat the Brewers behind Eduardo. The 1-2. Fly foul and out of play down the right field line.
Come on.
Third inning brought to you by Citgo. When you're crossing the state line or just going across town, Club Citgo can save you money on every fill up along the way, like 3 cents off every gallon every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 1-0 Arizona. The 1-2 again. David takes outside fastball. April 29th, Eduardo Rodriguez. He was good but not great. Only lasted 4 2/3 innings. Had some command issues that day against Milwaukee. The 2-2 just missed. That was full count. Curveball down and away. Good take by Hamilton. Brooks got 5 hits and 4 walks against E-Rod, but only 2 runs. And Sproat took the loss. For the windup, 3-2 coming. Line drive towards short.
Pretty good.
Catches it.
You like them with the jalapeno, huh?
Hard hit by David.
Yeah,
But perfectly positioned. Here the second base back was Geraldo Perdomo, and he plucked it out of the air for the first out. And here's Joey Ortiz. It's been a good week with the bat for Joey. Averaging 208, couple of homers, and 19 driven in this year. First pitch is in at the knees for a called strike. Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee has major wins on deck. Play with your rewards card for shot at cash reward play and new Toyotas. Visit Potawatomi.com for details. Pitch down in there. 1 Ortiz, 1 out and no base runners. Eduardo Rodriguez named an All-Star. Teams announced yesterday. Pitch misses. It's 2 balls and 1 strike and a change-up to Joey Ortiz. It's the 11th year of his major league career. And the first time he was named to the Midsummer's Classic. 2-1 coming. High, and it's 3-1 on Joey. It's been a 3-ball count. Each of the batters to come up here to start the third for the Brewers. Moreno gives the signs to Rodriguez. Left-hander makes and throws. Right down the middle. Taking first strike. It's only 92. His fastball's not overpowering the way that it used to be when he was a youngster. He used to sit in the mid-90s. Had some issues injury-wise, shoulder. A couple of years ago after he signed the big free agent deal with the Diamondbacks. So he doesn't throw as hard as he wants to. He's figured out a way to be very successful with the arsenal that he possesses. 1 out, nobody on. 3-2 again. Line foul, back up and out of play. Full count on each batter here in the inning. Diamondbacks lead with the windup 3-2 pitch. Tapped right past the mound at the second baseman. Play for Ildemaro Vargas. Charges in Fields and throws out Ortiz. Did that one very softly, and there are 2 outs. After it went to 3-2, he's gotten each batter. And now here's Bryce Rank. That's 8 in a row retired by Rodriguez. Kind of different story to the way that we saw the offense against the Diamondback starters on both Friday and Saturday. Brewers hit a lot of balls very hard, a lot of chances to score runs, didn't always capitalize. Rank's the only man to reach thus far today, and he takes a called strike with a curveball. And you figured that this would be a much more challenging afternoon for the Brewers. 1 pitch. Outside corner, called a strike with a curveball. It's 0-2.
I just like this little lighthouse, too.
Mitchell lined out at 107.
We are here now in
Maryland.
Maryland.
Pitch. Rank takes upstairs. Yeah, those are the two guys that hit the ball very
Don't know
hard.
much about it, but we drive through it a lot.
Maryland, and then after that next is Black River, right?
I think there might be another small
Okay.
place with some. Here's that waterfall John always would look at. John always knew where that was when he ride with us, you know?
They won the rubber match. That was actually the day Brandon Woodruff first got hurt this season. Rubber match of this series today. 2-2 pitch, foul back off to our left and out of play by Turang. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Milwaukee is hoping to win both series from the Diamondbacks this season. Rodriguez is ready, another 2-2. Down low on the changeup. Well, every batter here in the third has worked the full counts.
If you heard Pat Murphy in the pregame show, he talked about the fact that they're going to have to chip away at them at times over the course of this game. And I would say they're chipping with these deep counts in this third inning.
Payoff to Turang. Swinging a soft ground ball to first. Should be easy for Peyton Smith. Fields next to the bag. Takes a step to his right. Tags it before Turang arrives. And so after every batter went 3-2, there were just salt outs. Rodriguez got Turang 3 and assisted on a curveball. He's retired 9 in a row. We go to the bottom of the third one.
This Tolo was at the camper?
No.
Huh? Coast from home?
Yeah.
Rod's Ride on Powersports makes it easy. Located on
That's for a hotel in the pool.
Yeah. I think that is we get from Camper also. That what is this? That Rick before.
Yeah, I think Rick Alibaba that. I don't allow that. Nah, don't steal the towels.
14. Sproat gave up then an RBI double to Corbin Carroll. And he yanks a cutter inside, 1-1, coming near. Diamondbacks thought maybe it actually hit. They hold on batter aboard, and here's the man who's driven in the only run today. Corbin Carroll. Runner goes on the ball, and there's no chance for Sanchez. The throw is late, and now Perdomo's at second with nobody out. They're running on the battery of Sproat and Sanchez here thus far today. Immediately on that first pitch curveball to Corbin Carroll, Perdomo took off. Get a huge jump. Diamondbacks are 4 for 4 stealing bases this series. So the second run of the game.
You want me to drop you off here for a while, Mom, and you can make film?
Terrific starts in a row.
Have fun, mother. Have fun with your friends.
It's not. They're not good-looking people that want to be naked in front of people like that.
That Arizona bullpen has been taxed over the first couple of nights of this series. Use the leverage guy. Each game has scored a goal.
Where do you think I get it from?
Fat, saggy, wrinkly people. They're old people hoping some young people will come there and be naked too. Yeah, that's gross.
Find a WDA dentist near you. Go
Nothing cool about it.
Carroll wants to pull a ball here and advance the
there's a lot of
runner at
people they are
worst.
doing like that?
Perdomo at second, nobody out. 2-2. Swing and a miss.
In Wisconsin, there's another place near Madison
Big one there.
on the Wisconsin River. They have nude beach, and people just go there nude. It's not as much old people, I don't think. A lot of college kids go there. Just hang out naked, play volleyball, cook out. Nobody cares. No big deal.
And now Gabby Moreno, the catcher, who walked to the first.
I never go there.
Sproat's first pitch coming.
To any of these
Outside corner
naked
with a
things,
fastball.
you know,
He's starting to locate the heater here these last couple of
people tell me about it. I saw it in the
Let's get a
news.
safe driving tip from our friends at Schneider and their professional truck drivers. I remind you, buckle up every time you drive. It's a simple step, but it makes a big difference. Thank you to Schneider, and the changeup is inside on Moreno, ball 1. Moreno's been on base 4 times in the series, 3 hits and now that walk. Been the cleanup batter every game. Runner at second, 1-1. Foul back into the screen. Challenge fastball from Sproat, 1-2.
lost to Eduardo Rodriguez.
Yeah, this isn't a town.
He started in
This is the letter I was talking
gave
about.
up 4 runs in the 4th inning that day. A couple of homers. Adrian
Bohemian
Del Castillo and
Hall.
Nolan Arenado took him deep. 2-1
Maybe it's a
pitch.
town,
Got him
but
looking
not
with
much.
A fastball knee high. Moreno rung up, and that's
Then Black River next.
Perfectly located over the inner half. So he's got a chance to strand a runner in scoring position again. Stranded second and third in the first. Stranded him in at second in the second.
Another Popo.
And now Perdomo still at second in the third. Here's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. with a big at bat. He'll take way outside another
They'd
sprawling
like to
catch
give
by
them
Gary
tickets
Sanchez.
out on holidays.
Gurriel grounded out on a swinging bunt to the catcher his first time. 1-0 Arizona.
He's right out by the road, too.
Sproat behind 1-0 on Gurriel. Kicks and he deals, and it's chopped foul very softly behind the plate. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Brewers Radio Network.
Family owned and operated since 1920. Bishke Motors in West Salem and La Crosse. Come see what a difference we make. And keep listening to the Brewers on WWI's Radio Black River Falls.
Here on the Brewers Radio Network, Josh Maurer, Lane Riddle, Kent Sommerfeld. 1-0 Diamondbacks, bottom third, and Gurriel takes a sweeper down and away from Brandon Sproat, making the count 2-1 with Geraldo Perdomo at second base. 2 out in the inning. Gurriel 1 for 6 in the series.
I'm hitting over the charger.
There was a big pinch hit last night. Gave the Diamondbacks later in that 8th inning some insurance. He scored it. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Cutter out away from him. It's 2-2. Gurriel's also
Ryan's been on there for 2.5 hours, dude. It only had 88.
Jumps.
Isn't that weird?
Got the glove well up over the left field fence. Brought one back off the bat of Garrett Mitchell. 2-2. Sproat kicks and deals outside. Got that fastball up to 98.5 on our radar gun, but another full count. And on deck, the left-handed batter, Ildemaro Vargas. Runner at second, 2 away.
Ihabol sa small
Sproat has
train
his side
over
man
there.
coming. Popped foul into the seats, first base side. He's going to be up near 70 pitches at the end of this at-bat. That was number 68.
They have made him work in a big way over the course of this game.
The 6th full count already. And timeout used by Lourdes Gurriel Jr. before this 3-2 pitch. It'll be the 7th pitch of this AB.
One place I can go.
Feels like a Drew Rahm or Garrett Stallings may have to play a role in this game unless Sproat can get really efficient for the next couple of innings.
Big pitch. Sproat is set, has his sign. 3-2 coming, down and away, and he walked him. It's the 3rd walk in addition to the 3 hits that he's permitted, and Vargas will bat with 2 on and 2 out for the 2nd time already
Kinda
today
figured.
tomorrow.
Somebody'd have to go by now.
Stay, dog. Stay inside, Mama. Hey, may alaga. Eh, Mama? Ah. Look, Daddy doing. Oh shit, it's too hot. Where is Daddy? Hey, where is Daddy, Momo? Where is Daddy? It's too hot, Momo. Hey, Momo Bagtet. Going in the bathroom quick. Hey, hold on.
Get back.
I'm going to quick. Quick.
What are you waiting for? We're waiting for you. Why didn't you come in?
Another change out there again. Jackson saw it all
Huh?
the way. Watched it go down low. It's a full count again. That's 4 straight Brewers batters that have worked at 3 and 2. Leading off the 4th is Churio, trying to get on base. Rodriguez deals. Hard ground ball through the left side and past the diving Tim Tawa at 3rd. Into left she goes. It's a leadoff single for Jackson Churio. And he's now got a 6-game hitting streak as the Brewers get their first base runner since the first batter of the ballgame.
Yeah, if that guy dressed like a girl is a pervert, I don't want him going in a girl's room with you. You know? I don't care that he, you know what I mean? I don't care that he wants to dress like a girl and stuff. Just you don't belong in the girls' room, you know?
Great shape because the Diamondbacks have really leaned into their bullpen the last 2 days, and the A side of their bullpen. Brewers didn't get into the A side of their bullpen as much.
Who do you think you are?
And so they have their guys like
get him back.
Rive and Ashby, maybe even
Fluffy version of Mama.
if they needed to go to him.
1-1 as the curveball misses outside the Yelich, who broke his bat as he popped up to shortstop back in the first.
Could have got a gallon of milk here.
He's got one hit.
Save us the trip later on.
6 games this week that he's played, but it was a homer. That was yesterday on the 1-1.
We got a half gallon in the back here. And you drank all the milk when we left, right?
No,
So in the scoring position,
Oh, did we?
I'm not sure he was bunting to sacrifice, but it'll work. 1-3.
Just trying to get that up the third baseline a little bit more. Third baseman playing back. Trying to get it past Rodriguez. Just instead wanted to not up the line as much as he wanted to.
Fuck, he's got me scheduled 4 days next week.
Not the end of the world, though. You get the tying run to second for Vaughn, who looks at ball 1 on a fastball. I think that's why there was probably a good time to try that bunt if you're yelling. Right, even if you don't get a hit out of it, you're going to advance the runner. Andrew Vaughn flew to right his first time. 1-0 Diamondbacks in the fourth. The 1-0. Tipped off the catcher's mask foul. It went right off the mask of Moreno, high up into the air and all the way into the screen. Moreno hardly budged. 1-1 the count. Home plate umpire Nestor Sena was checking on Gabriel.
Boy, does that guy look weird.
Said that he was good.
First of all, his pants don't fit.
Here's a throwback to second in behind Chourio.
This skinny little guy, big pants.
Wasn't even standing on the bag. He was like
Look at this crazy lady coming by us. What is she smiling about?
It was safe.
She think
no danger of being
life is a beach?
Ang utang na kitty dating aso.
There was a trans person in the bathroom when I was in there. I dressed like a girl, but this is Wisconsin. They don't use the women's bathroom here, you know? Again, I don't mind. If they want to dress like a girl, that's up to them. But don't go in the baño with my wife and kid, you know? Go in the men's baño, you got junk, you know?
Only the second strikeout for Eduardo Rodriguez.
When the strike goes in off the plate.
Yes, it was. We get data here, and it says it was inside by an inch or so. But no challenge from Vaughn. 2 out, Chourio remains at second, and Jake Bowers to the plate. Line to right his first time. First pitch comes in low, ball 1. Speaking of Woodruff, news that he's been placed back onto the injured list this morning. With that shoulder issue that popped back up again in the outing last night. Here's the 1-0. Down and away on a curve. Blocked by Moreno, 2-0 on Jake. Pat Murphy said to you in the manager's show that his heart breaks for Woody, knowing all that he's been through just to try to be on the mound this season. And it's really been inspirational to watch him pitch because he's been so good when he's been out there. 2-0 to Bowers. Outside. The curveball, it's 3-0.
I think that's the thing, Josh, is that we've watched him these last 2 years be so good when he's been available, and he's done it a totally different way than the way he came up and did it 2017 and 2018 and 2019 and so on.
3-0 is the strike. So Bowers took it on the outer third, 3-1.
I don't know if there's 97s and 98s in the future of Brandon Woodruff's pitching days. I hope there are for his sake, but it makes you wonder what it could be like if he ever gets back to that point.
Runner at second, 3-1. Tipped foul on a curveball into the catcher's mitt. Bowers had one to hit, but couldn't do anything with it. It's full count again. Yeah, and so for Woodruff, there's an uncertain near and distant future. Near future is he's going to see his surgeon, Dr. Meister, in the next few days to figure out what next course of treatment will be. Brewers certainly don't know any kind of time frame at this point. 1-0 Diamondbacks in the fourth. 3-2 coming. Popped up in right. Easy for Corbin Carroll, drifting over towards the line and now waiting medium depth, and Carroll makes the catch. And Rodriguez, 4 scoreless innings dominating the Brewers thus far. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 1-0 Arizona on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
You've taught them, trained them, taken every precaution. But sometimes, despite your best efforts, someone gets hurt on the job. Because they're not perfect.
You have a nice weekend, Mom.
And they're your people.
Yeah.
At least you can keep them happy, healthy, and working
That
with a
didn't
workers'
convince
compensation
me.
policy from this band. It's how to give every problem a silver
I'm not
lining.
convinced. Maybe it was horrible, and you just wanted to say it was good.
To find out more, visit thesilverlining.com.
Step up to the plate. It's Quick Trip's Around the Bases contest with store candy. Stop in your neighborhood Quick Trip and purchase any Werther's or Mamba product with Quick Rewards for your chance to win cash. Be sure to try Werther's Original, Mamba Magic Sticks, or Mamba Berry Tasty. Details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Don't sit on the sidelines. Grab your favorite Werther's or Mamba product, fuel up, and get in the game to win big this Brewer season. Quick Trip and Store Candy, proud partners of the Brewers Radio Network.
Celebrate and save big during Steinhoffel's Furniture and Mattress 4th of July sale. Save up to 30% store-wide, then take $75 off every $7.99 you spend. And we make buying your new room easy with our special 60-month 0% financing. Plus, take an extra 15% off our already low-priced clearance. And don't forget about the amazing doorbusters throughout the store. It's Steinhoffel's 4th of July sale. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Harvest, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Premium, ready-to-drink cocktails. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. At the ballpark or your local grocery store. Harvest, this is the one.
See, Brandon Spurgeon can get a quick inning for the first time today. We go to the bottom of the fourth. He's got the bottom third of the Diamondbacks order coming up. 1-0. The D-backs lead. Tim Tawa takes a call strike. There's a cutter there from Spurgeon, who has had to work through traffic consistently over the first 3 innings. But the dam has not broken. Just the run in the first. The 0-1 Tawa, swing and a miss. Breaking ball, biting down and away from the right-handed hitter, and it's 0-2. He walked and stole a base. Tim Tawa back in the second. After getting recalled from AAA today, Tim Tawa, 0-2 pitch. Popped up foul, first base side. Is there room for Vaughn as he approaches the dugout? There's not. It landed right on the top of the dugout. Remains 0-2 on T-Square. Tim Tawa. Retired veterans, you can turn to Network Health for affordable and mobile health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and health plan experience you want with Network Health. Learn more at networkhealth.com/veterans.
That what his teammates call him, or is that a Josh Mauer original nickname?
That was my brainchild.
T-squared. Forever, he'll be known as that on this broadcast.
It's good alliteration. 0-2 again. Inside that time on the sweeper. Tried to come through the front door, did Brandon Sprode, but he missed. Tawa was a rookie a season ago. He's been struggling this year. 1-2 pitches fell back up over the screen and out of play. Sproat's getting close to 80 pitches. Now remember in that start Tuesday against the Reds when he battled and it got better and better as the game went on, he went up over 100 for the first time. So he is fully stretched out. 1-2 again. Tawa chops a foul, a curveball. Over towards the third base on deck circle. Remains 1-2.
He's not been maybe as sharp as he want to be. Point that he go deep into counts with these Diamondbacks hitters. He's lowered his ERA over the course of this game so far, though. Times
1 run in 3 innings that's A-OK. Yeah. Try to keep it 1 run through 4 now. Leading off bottom 4, Tawa, 2-2. Chops softly to Brandon Sprode, right near the first base side. He fields and underhands to Vaughn for the outs. Leadoff batter is retired. And that brings up David Smith. Let's take a drive around the league. Tell you what's happening in that Cardinals-Cubs game at Wrigley. Brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. Now the Cubs had a big 6th inning and they salvage a game against the rival Cardinals. 6-4 the final just ended a moment ago. David Smith takes a strike with a curveball. Cardinals, of course, have won the first 2 games of that series.
Definitely.
And then they took a 3-2 lead in the top of the sixth. Jordan Walker hit a 3-run homer. But one Smith lines a base hit into right. Over to get it is Jake Bowers on a couple of hops, and Jake will throw it in to hold Smith at first base. It's a one-out single. So Pavin Smith aboard in front of the number 9 batter, rookie Tommy Troy. Another team.
He's the younger one.
They both went to Stanford, by the way. Tim Tawa and Tommy Troy, both
at math, so they probably do a lot of equations with T-squared.
1-0 Diamondbacks in the fourth, and Tommy Troy took low ball one. Anyway, just back to that Cardinals-Cubs game. It was 3-2 St. Louis going to the bottom of the sixth, and Chicago scored Ketel Marte. That's for a third time.
2 T-squareds have accounted for the 2 outs.
Marte's grounded out twice, and he'll take just outside ball one.
I'm so confused.
I think that was right.
I don't know if it was. I wouldn't have any.
I don't think Pavin Smith's going to try to steal anyway. Not us. He's hit in the left center field. It's Mitchell sprinting to it over in the gap. That'll hold Marte to a single. Couple of singles in the inning for the Diamondbacks, and they have another 2-out threat. Runners on the corners for Geraldo Perdomo. Chris Huck's going to come out and talk with Brandon Sproats. Another big moment in this game. It's a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mounts. Wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan stream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend.
Randy Anderson's going to start playing catch down in the Brewers bullpen.
88 pitches for Sproat. He's recorded 11 outs, but he's only permitted 1 run.
If he gets out of this and goes 4 innings and gives up 1 run with all that traffic, it's an accomplishment. It's not the way you wanted to draw up your start. It's not the overall performance that you wanted, but you made the most of what you had, right? I believe the phrase is chicken salad. I'll just leave it at that, right? I mean, it would be making the most out of a day where you had to really grind through it, and they made life tough on you, but you never gave in. I mean, that's an important thing for a young pitcher. If he can get his final out, he deserves a lot of credit for it.
But he's got to get Perdomo for the first time. He's doubled and single. Runners on the corners, 2 out of the fourth. That's Sproat's pitch. Down and in, ball 1 on a changeup. Perdomo did not have a hit against the Brewers this season before today, before going 2 for 2 in the first 3 innings. 1-0 Diamondbacks, bottom of the fourth. Brandon Sproat is ready. The 1-0 pitch. Fly foul down the left field line and into the seats. This is where we were talking about at the top of the inning. The Diamondbacks probably feel like the Brewers offense did in the first couple of games of the series. They're 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position up to this point. Sproat to the 1-1. Grounded foul wide of first. He hit it hard. Maybe 5 feet wide of the bag, and now Sproat has Perdomo in a 1-2 hole. Figure out any way to get back into the dugout right here, and you'll take it. Brandon coming set, and as he does, Perdomo uses his timeout. There have been 8 base runners, 5 hits, also 3 walks permitted. Pavin Smith at third, Marte at first. Sproat set right above the belt. Here's his 1-2. Fly ball to left. Backing up on it is Churio. He's there right in front of the warning track, and Jackson makes the catch. Inning over. Brandon Sproat. Well, you're skating on that thin ice all afternoon, but just like in the ice fishing areas of the Midwest, the ice never cracks. And it remains just 1-0 Arizona as we go to the 5th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
On the baseball field, the skilled players get paid the most. The same is true in construction. Some of the most skilled players building our roads, solar farms, and stadiums are the men and women of the Wisconsin operating engineers. If you are ready to step up to a job where you can earn more without college debt and operate equipment like cranes, excavators, bulldozers, and drones, you're ready to join the team of Wisconsin operating engineers today at join13.
You're in the wrong lane, dumbass.
Nothing says summer like baseball. Whether you're headed to the stadium solo or tailgating with friends, Tsunami Express Car Wash keeps your ride any rain. Wash away dust, mud, and road grime. Unlimited daily washes and free vacuums as a Tsunami Express member. So before you cheer on the crew, make sure your vehicle looks as good as your game day spirit. Plans start at just $16 for your first month. Learn more at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash, the official car wash of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Alright, if you live in Wisconsin and you're not eating dairy, I got questions. Because this is a state where Farm MacGyver fixes equipment with dumping manure. Where farm talkers film chores like it's content. So support your local dairy farmers. Just look for the Growling Wisconsin dairy bags. Then drink the milk, eat the cheese, melt the butter. Don't skip on the ice cream. And visit borntodairy.com to meet the farmers behind it all. Because around here, dairy isn't optional. We were born to dairy.
Diving stop. Nothing gets through. And nothing stops leaks like North Shore adult diapers or even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com.
On to the 5th, 1-0 Arizona. Back with the play-by-play is Lane.
All right, thank you, Josh. Here's Garrett Mitchell. First pitch swinging, and he fouls it down into the dirt behind home plate. It's no balls and 1 strike on Garrett.
Quick addendum, by the way. Lane, of course. When the ice fishing is taking place, the ice can crack. You just don't want it to break.
Right. I mean, there could be little micro fissures, if you will. Here's a swing and a miss. Had a cut fastball. It's 0-2. But I don't want to give anybody, like, permission to get cocky out on the ice either. I don't think we're in any real threat of that for a while back home. So you have time to do your own research before you're on the ice this winter. No balls and 2 strikes on Mitchell. Here's the pitch. And he took down and away with a changeup. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And